Hi everybody, it's me, Barbie, Petal Pusher. Ooh, squeaky chair. Um, Welcome to my channel. It is Friday, September, what is it, 28th, 29th? I don't know, let's see, 28th. So, first of all, I wanted to say welcome. I got a whole bunch of new subscribers, and I think that's because of Pam and Steph mentioning me on their channel. So if you are new to me from there, thank you so much for joining me. And those of you that have been with me for a while, thanks for coming back. I've got quite a few things to show you. This shouldn't be too long of a Flosstube because I tend to be a fast talker, and nap time is very precious time to me, so I go through things quickly. We've got whips, we've got finishes, we've got other crafting, we've got Galleria to talk about. So let's just hop right to it. So first, I've really only had one major whip since I last talked to you. My small thing turned into a finish, which you'll see in just a minute. But I have been trying to stitch like it's my job on my one whip. And if you follow me on Instagram, which I'll link below, you've seen this. So I've been working on Chalk for the Home, Sunflower Manor from Hands on Design, drawn by the marvelous Priscilla. I am dying to get this done and get this on my wall. I still have Tulip House up on my wall, and that just does not feel right here in almost October. So it's in the Q-snap, so you're not going to see all of it, but I've got the whole top part here done. So all I have left is this bottom section, which I'm hoping I can zip through here pretty fast. So here is where I'm at. Oop, there you go. Still getting used to which direction to go on this new computer. So what I've been doing, because I take this with me to stitch in the car when I'm waiting for my kids in the pickup line, the dreaded pickup line. You'll see I'll sit here at home like during nap time and I'll count out and do all the half stitches, just one leg of it. That way when I'm in the car, I don't have to count, I don't have to pay attention, and I can just cross over all of them. So I got this stuff all crossed over yesterday, and I needed some color in my life, so I started in on this pumpkin. But I'm hoping to get a huge chunk of this done this weekend. My husband and one child will be Cub Scout camping, so I'm hoping that in the evenings, with no husband around, I can get a whole lot of this done. So, and I get to watch whatever I want on TV. Yay! British Showtime! So anyway, that's my one whip. Hopefully next time I talk to you, that will be a finish. Fingers crossed. All right, what have I finished? Again, if you follow me on Instagram, Barbie's Petal Pusher, you will have seen this already. But this is my second pattern for my Halloween Hoedown series. By the way, do you say Halloween or Halloween? Because I feel like I'm the only one out there that says Halloween. Is it a Midwestern thing? I don't know. I live in Illinois, towards the southern end of the state, so I don't have like the Chicago accent going on, but I don't feel like I have like this extreme southern Illinois southern accent going on. But I say Halloween. What do you say? Let me know. Anyway, I digress. Here is one of my whips from last week. This is Muella DeVille. The string hanging down. I love how she turned out. I love that the C, or the moon here, the crescent moon, can kind of also be a C for cow. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm around a baby all the time trying to teach him stuff. So there it is. Turned out great. You can find Muella with her pitchfork. She's already got the horns, right, and her little devil cape. Muella and Bat Pig, which I showed you in my last video. There they are. They are both in my Etsy shop, and if you can't decide which one you like the best, you can get them as a pair. So it's a discounted price if you get them together. And just again, for those of you that don't know, these bats are from Walmart. If you live in my town, don't even bother going to Walmart and looking for them. I have bought them all. My husband's like, why do you need 5, 6, 7 bats? Because I don't know how many of these I'll end up making, and I like finishing them. Where am I? Like this. So yeah, the bats are only 98 cents at Walmart, and then I mounted, what am I doing here? This computer's throwing me off, guys. So she's mounted on the sticky board, and then this is some homespun I got at Walmart, again on sticky board, and then hot glued to the bottom of this little cute little bat ornament. I think for this year, in case anyone's wondering, I think I'm just going to have these two for the series. But if you are enjoying these, you've got these, you might want to stock up on bats. The series will come back next year, okay? Because I've got plenty of ideas swirling around in my head. So stock up on bats if you want to stitch more of them next year. There will be more Halloween hoedown animals. My other finish that I have in my Etsy shop that's relatively new, my poinsettia piece, Flor de Nochebuena. I don't have it here to show you because I decided after I showed you guys, was it last video or video before? I think it was last video. The frame just wasn't doing it for me. There was too much empty space at the top and the bottom, and I wasn't loving it. So I have decided to get it professionally framed. So my mom went with me the other day. We went to Michael's and got a frame picked out. So I can't wait for it to come back so I can show you guys. So that's kind of it on what I've been stitching and working on. I do have some other crafting. So I saw this in my latest issue of HGTV magazine that my mom got me as a gift subscription. And I saw this picture. Most of this stuff in this magazine, I have to admit, I'm not usually crazy about. But I saw this picture and I thought, yep, that's totally me. I want it. I want to do that. I must make it. So that's this. Look at those pumpkins. I love a good rainbow order. If you know anything about me, I don't know why I love rainbow order. I guess that's maybe the art teacher or something. I don't know. I've always loved rainbow order. Does anyone remember, I can remember as a kid when we'd go to the mall, and we always go to Springfield, Illinois to White Oaks Mall, and we would park in this certain area and we'd have to like walk through Montgomery Ward to then get into like the actual mall part. And I can even remember as a kid, there was in like the home area of that store, there was like the wall of towels and they had them in color order. And I don't know why, but that wall of towels always fascinated me and I always loved it. I don't know why. I guess I'm just strange. So I didn't quite want full-on rainbow pumpkins. As beautiful as that picture is, I don't feel like the pastel colors were doing it as much for me for fall. So I'm going to do my own little variation on it. So let me grab. So I went to Walmart and I got, they have these pumpkins. I think the big ones, this size was like $2, $3. And then they have little ones that are like $1 a piece. So I got a whole bunch of those. My kids helped me pick out several colors. So we're going to stick to kind of a reddish orangish color family, a goldy yellow color family, and then like a greenish color family. And my daughter's going to help me paint these this weekend, but I've done some of them. So far, I've got that many done. So there's no good way to hold these to show you guys. This was from the Dollar Tree. They're not perfect, but they get the job done. I think I'm going to coat them with some Mod Podge to make them glossy because, as is, they're a little dull. I want them to have a little bit of shine to them, but quick, easy. Keep going the wrong way, sorry. Quick and easy, just painted them white first, and then did a couple coats of craft paint. I have an entire drawer. Wait, this dresser back here, that drawer right there is just filled with bottles of paint. In rainbow order, of course. So that's my other crafting that I've been doing. I don't normally do this. Sorry, I keep shaking the desk. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do the what I'm all into thing because there's two things I want to share with you. One of them is completely life-changing if you're a crafter, and the other one is just flat out delicious. So we'll do the life changer first because everyone needs to know this. I don't know where I saw it or heard it. I can't take credit for it. I did not come up with this idea, but oh my gosh, my fingers are thankful that someone mentioned this. It's a spatula. This is one of those silicone spatulas, and I had several upstairs, and now this is my official crafting spatula because this saves my fingers from getting burned from hot glue. So when I was finishing these guys and gluing and running to pull it really, really tight. Whoop, let me just went dark on me. There we go. I would put down my glue and I would just use this and flatten and smush. And it doesn't stick to this. It flattens it really well. It smooths it out. And your fingers don't get burned. It's wonderful. So get a spatula, put it with your glue gun, make them a team. Your fingers will thank me. Best thing ever. The other best thing ever, and so delicious, your taste buds will thank me on this one. I've been eating way too many of these. Hershey's caramel apple filled milk chocolates. I don't know if they had these last year. I try not to go in the Halloween candy aisle. But oh my gosh, I saw these. My mom and I were out. We grabbed them. Oh, they're so good. I love caramel. I'm not a big pumpkin spice person. Like, it's okay. I don't mind it. I think it smells very nice, but I don't like to eat pumpkin spice everything. But these little guys, they're small. They're like a Dove chocolate size. The caramel is nice and like creamy, runny caramel, so it doesn't pull out all your dental work like I have. And it just has a little tiny tang of like an apple flavor in it. They're really, really good. Go get them. They're delicious. Try not to eat all of them in one day. It's difficult. That's what I'm all into. Doing good. How are we on time here? Oh, 11 minutes in. Okay. Better get moving. So Galleria. So I was only able to go on Friday to Needlework Galleria in St. Charles, Missouri. I could only get away about 4 hours. By the time it opened at 10 for the shopping, I was there right at 10 after I dropped my kids off from school. It's about a 30-minute drive from where I live, across the river, to get to St. Charles. And then since it was a Friday and I knew it'd be crazy rush hour traffic and like half the bridges in St. Louis are closed or under construction, so to get across the river on a working bridge, they're packed. So I knew I needed to leave fairly early so I didn't get bogged down in traffic because I do not like driving in the city at all. So anyway, so yeah, I was there like 4 hours. But it was a jam-packed 4 hours. First thing when I walked up, there was Steph right there at the front door. So I got to meet her right away, which was awesome. She's just as you would expect, super sweet, super fun. She let me know that Pam was inside in the stitching room, so I kind of cautiously wandered in. It was a little nerve-wracking for me just to walk into this building I've never been in. I've never been to this event. I don't really know anyone there. So that was, you know, a little hard sometimes, but I just kept telling myself, everyone here is a stitcher like you, and you know they're going to be super friendly, and that's exactly what everyone was. So nice, so friendly. Went in, said hi to Pam. She was super sweet as well. Sat down, chatted with her for a while. Then I went upstairs, did some shopping. It was a little overwhelming. Some of the stores were pretty crowded, and I don't do crowded, so I'd just be like, well, I'll come back to you later, or there were a couple I missed. Because they were just, like, I tried to go into Rosewood Manor, and I got, like, 2 steps in, saw the beautiful models, which that was the best thing I think about going to all the shops, is seeing all the different stitched models, because, like everyone says, the picture doesn't do it justice. But yeah, Rosewood Manor was so packed, I was just like, I give up. This isn't really my style of what I'm going to buy anyway. They were very pretty to look at, but I wasn't going to fight that crowd. You couldn't move. I got to stitch with a couple lovely ladies. Beth, that I got to stitch with for a while. It was great meeting you, Beth. And Kelly, I got to kind of chat with. Oh, that's Kelly's. Should have looked it up. Sorry, Kelly. They mentioned Kelly on Pam and Stuff's Gallery episode 2. Super, super sweet. And I met, unexpectedly, I didn't know she was going to be there, Annie Bees. She was there. I was walking around in the stitching room I was in just because I wanted to be nosy and see what everyone was doing. And I walked up to one table and I'm like, oh, you know, that's... And I looked at her and I said, you look familiar. Do you do Flosstube? And she said, well, yeah. And I said, I can't think of who you are. I know I just watched you. And she goes, well, I'm Annie B. I said, that's it. Such a nice lady. Had a really good chat with her and the ladies she was sitting with. Talked a little bit about Etsy and designing. And, you know, she kind of had a similar story of she kind of got into painting her dolls and doing designs so she could stay home with her kids. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, you know, she was very encouraging, super sweet. I got to show her Bat Pig and Muella. Just a wonderful lady. She was great. That was a really nice, unexpected surprise to get to see her. At one point, I was standing shoulder to shoulder with Farm Girl. I did not have the courage to say anything to her. I didn't want to bother her. She's there trying to shop. She doesn't need me being like, fan or Farm Girl, you know, you're awesome. So I just let her shop. And then later, when I went back up for the second time to do some shopping, another really pleasant surprise is I met Stephanie. She's the one who sample stitched 5 Little Pumpkins for me, and she was super, super sweet. Stephanie, it was so great to meet you in person, and she helped me pick out a floss that you'll see for my Barbara Anna Black Cat Hollow. So let me show you all my haul, and if I missed you, there were a couple people that I wish I would have gotten to run into, some local stitchers. We'll have to meet up sometime. Okay, drop me a line, let me know. So what did I get? How are we doing? 16 minutes. I got a whole table full. Hang on. There. So I've always wanted to see these in person and make a pattern for them. So I got 3 of the small sleds. So those were cute. I got 3 because I have 3 kids. So my plan is to try to come up with some sort of pattern, something personalized, whether it's just like their initial and some fun colors or something to make for each one of my kids for Christmas. So I got 3 of those. And I think that was from the Silver Needles shop. I think this first little chunk is. I also got, I've been eyeing this on 123 Stitch for a while. It's a Bounty Sampler by Plum Street Samplers. So clearly very fall-y. I like how it can be all fall. It's not necessarily just Thanksgiving. I mean, it's a little more Thanksgiving, but it'll work for most of fall. Oh, where to put stuff. We'll go over there. And then I got, yeah, this is Silver Needle. Joy to the World, Lizzie Kate. I've liked this for quite a while. And it came with fabric. So that was pretty awesome. That over there. I met Teresa, Kitten Stitcher. She was very busy, so it's not like we hung out and chatted or anything. But I was able to pick up a few things in her store. Again, things I've been looking at for quite a while, and I thought, just get them. So I got Misfortune, Double Double, Knock Knock, and Night Flight. When will I do them? Who knows, but add them to the ever-growing Prairie Schooler collection because they're just too cute not to have. I feel like one of these 2 would be the ones I'd do first. Night Flight or Misfortune, I think, are my favorites. So that's what I got from Kitten Stitcher and a complimentary anchor floss. I just grabbed a peachy color real quick because you can always use peachy skin tones for things. Then later when I went back up after chatting with some folks, this was from Inspired Needle, which I think is a Chicago area shop that came down. So this is the color Stephanie helped me pick for my Black Cat Hollow. It's Pumpkin Patch. So very pretty. I needed a lighter pumpkin-y color, so that'll do. And as you saw, my whip was Chalk for the Home. So I've already done Tulip House. I've got Sunflower Manor. And now I have Rose Cottage. So this I probably won't start maybe till next spring so I can have it done over the summer. But I couldn't just buy floss at a store. You had to buy something else, right? So just like no pattern can travel alone, you can't just buy one skein of floss. It needs a buddy. So yeah, that was my Galleria haul. I also, the other day, got in my newest Color and Cotton threads. There they are. I'll go through them real fast. I'm not on the, because she now has like the primitive palette or the colorful. I'm on the gimme whatever plan. So I don't know. I don't think this, somebody held up the primitive and they didn't look like this. And these clearly aren't the really bright colorful. So I don't know what I got. They're pretty though. So this is French Gray, bluish. This one is Colonial Silver. It's showing up more blue than it really is. It's a little more gray. This one is Mustard Seed. More greeny. This is Bare Copper. It's not showing up well at all. It's way more orange. And this one is Ashberry. So kind of a mauve-y. So like these all are this real kind of light toned, almost pastel-y kind of colors. I don't know. Pretty. They'll get used somewhere, somehow, down the line, I'm sure. So let's see. What are my plans? Finish Sunflower House as soon as I can. My original goal, I had thought, oh, maybe I can have it done by the 1st. It's going to be tight. That's going to be a tough one to try to get that done by the 1st. We'll see. I'll do as much as I can. When that one's done, then I'm going to kind of work in a few small things because I feel like I've had really big projects lately with Sunflower Manor, Birds to the Boughs, Black Cat Hollow, Sal. Those are all bigger pieces. So I think my car stitching, once I'm done with pumpkins, is going to be Lizzie Kate Spooky String. So I'm going to work on this weekend picking out of my Color and Cotton stash the floss for that. I've already got some gray coffee tea dyed Monaco for it. So that's up. I might join in the October 1st I think it's Turkey Sal. I don't know what it's called. I've got this that I've had for a couple years. I tried stitching it a few years ago. I had this great idea that I was going to stitch it really large on burlap, and it just didn't look great. So I've always meant to stitch it. I don't think it'll take really long, so I might try to throw that in there too. I think I'd do this first, just because it'll be October and I want to get it up, and then work on this one after that, and have those kind of as my card projects for pickup line, and then be working on Birds to the Boughs and get that thing done, because I want it on my wall as well. New designs. All I can tell you for now, I've got a lot of plans going. If you've watched me for a while, you might have seen, where am I going? This is a vintage piece that I got when my grandma passed away. She didn't stitch it probably. She just bought it. I had talked about charting this last year. As you can see, it's pretty big. And it's some cross stitch and just different embroidery stitches. So this is in the process of being charted straight up cross stitch. I don't do fancy stitches. The most is I would maybe throw in like a French knot or two, but I don't even know that I'll do that because I really don't like doing French knots that much. So that will be on its way. I want to hear from you though. Do you like the neutral color palette of this? Where it's all like kind of creams and taupes and a little bit of shiny gold. Do you like that? Or would you rather see a more traditionally Christmas colored version? So let me know what you think. I don't know, I might end up charting both. We'll see how much time I have. So I think that is it. I hope the weather is getting all nice and fall-like. Those of you here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is finally cooling down here. It was in the mid-90s last week, and it was disgusting. But now I'm in the let's buy all the mums kind of mood, and let's buy all the pumpkins. So that's not good. So we're hopefully go to the pumpkin patch maybe next week sometime if we can have a free night where everyone's home. Other than that, I'm going to go try to do a little stitching real quick before it's time to get the kids. I hope you have a great weekend coming up and get lots of stitching done. I'll see you later. Happy stitching!